1. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announced a new Iran secondary sanctions program called Operation Economic Outcast. Asked about the risk, he said, "We are giving everyone the opportunity to remedy bad behavior. Why would I want to blow up the global financial system? We believe that it is important to level set and give people a cure period, but they should know that that will move very quickly and that we are serious." No detail was given on which countries are targeted or when. Angle. Someone named it Operation Economic Outcast, out loud, in public, on purpose. The rest of the quote is a middle school vice principal's vocabulary applied to the global banking system. Remedy bad behavior, level set, cure period. Source: Democracy Now! 2. The administration again announced a fee of over $103,000 for employers hiring foreign workers on H-1B visas, with the revenue directed to fund ICE. A judge ruled against the earlier version of the fee in June. Angle. The money you pay to bring a worker in funds the agency that removes them. Also the second attempt at a policy a court already stopped, which makes the first attempt a line item. Source: Democracy Now! 3. Southcom resumed boat strikes after a 2-month pause, describing Monday's operation as a lethal kinetic strike on a low-profile vessel operating along established narco-trafficking routes. 2 people were killed. No evidence was provided that the boat carried drugs. Southcom says the campaign has killed at least 223 people since it began. Angle. 11 words to avoid saying, "We blew up a boat." Low-profile vessel is the phrase to sit with. It's doing work that boat wouldn't. Source: Democracy Now! U.S. Southern Command. Court filings from the Minnesota ICE surge show DHS secretly recorded meetings at churches, libraries, restaurants, and schools around the Twin Cities, infiltrated private group chats, sought financial records of national labor unions, and built dossiers, names, addresses, family, and job details, on people not accused of any crime. One undercover agent photographed license plates at a church meeting. Another wore a wire to a self-defense class at University Baptist Church in Minneapolis. Angle. NPR's own headline is "Churches, Libraries, and Breweries," which reads like a walking tour brochure. Somebody filed an expense report for the self-defense class. Source: NPR, KPBS. 5. Logitech raised prices up to 25% citing tariffs, then received a $61 million tariff refund after the Supreme Court voided those tariffs, booking it in its July earnings report as a boost to results. It has returned none of it, and the price increases remain. A class action estimates the company took $73 to $97 million from consumers through tariff-justified pricing. FedEx, UPS, and Oakley face similar suits. Angle. The receipt is the earnings report. They disclosed the windfall as good news to shareholders in writing. In the same period, they kept the prices that generated it. Source: Tom's Hardware, PC Gamer, The Register. 6. The Supreme Court voted 6-3 to lift an injunction on an executive order directing DHS to build state-by-state lists of citizen voters, which the Postal Service would then use to assess whether a voter should be allowed to vote by mail. The ruling turned on standing and did not address whether the president has the authority. 3 of the 4 USPS Board of Governors nominees currently before the Senate have expressed doubts that Biden won in 2020. Angle. The Postal Service, an organization whose core competency is arriving eventually, is now positioned as an eligibility referee. Justice Jackson's dissent used the word chaos, which saves you the trouble. Source: Democracy Now! 7. Air Force Major Jason Watson was criminally charged after being arrested twice for calling for the president's impeachment. The charges: 3 violations for contemptuous remarks, 5 for allegedly disobeying orders, and 2 for conduct unbecoming an officer. Angle. Contemptuous is a countable offense here. 3 of them, itemized. Someone had to sit down and decide where one contemptuous remark ended and the next began. Source, Democracy Now! 8. Montreal City Council passed a resolution in solidarity with Palestinians on Monday after councillors removed the provisions that would have suspended institutional and diplomatic ties with Israel, officially recognized the assault on Gaza as genocide, and named the treatment of Palestinians as apartheid. Angle. The resolution was resolved down until nothing in it resolves anything. What passed is the header. Source, Democracy Now! 9. Target pulled a product called the Kids Glows Under Blacklight Circus Clown Halloween costume, after backlash over resemblance to minstrel caricature, saying, "As a company, we know we got this wrong and we are deeply sorry. The costume is offensive and should never have been part of our assortment." Angle. Should never have been part of our assortment is the tell. It passed through an assortment process. Design, sourcing, naming, photography, listing. The costume has a full product name, which means several people typed it. Source, Detroit News, Washington Times. 10. Credit default swap spreads on Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Nvidia, Oracle, SpaceX, and Broadcom have climbed to record levels on concern over AI infrastructure debt. Among the structures behind it, Apollo and Blackstone created a special purpose vehicle in June to raise $35 billion, which buys chips and leases them back to Anthropic, rather than lending to Anthropic, keeping the debt off its books. Angle. The most cash-rich companies in human history are now priced as credit risk. And the $35 billion doesn't exist anywhere as debt. It exists as a vehicle whose job is that the debt is somewhere else. Source, Yahoo Finance, Chicago Booth Review, GIS Reports.